What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to Go. This is the show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week. We got a lot to talk about this week. Everything is in full session. Bundesliga, Ligue 1, La Liga, Premier League, MLS, everything. Without further ado, let's get right to the business. So first of all, I know you guys see the change in scenery, not in a regular goal set right now, but I know you can appreciate some nice nature around. The birds are chirping, the air is fresh, the sun is out, your boy's melanin is fully embracing this vitamin D pause. But let's start this week with some Puskas nominees. The Puskas Awards, they've narrowed down the list to the 10 top goals of the past year, but for me, some of them really stood out. I have three people from that list that I really feel like should win it. Number 3, this might go as a surprise to some, but Messi's goal, that lovely. My thing is, I've seen Messi do that exact same goal so many times. Of course, it's still a great goal, but by his standards, I've seen better. By the other goal standards, I've seen better. Look for yourself, though. Yo, it's a B out here, bro. Yo, I come in peace, bro. I come in peace. Anyways, the second, number 2 on that list for me is Quintero, or Quintero, however you pronounce his name. His goal, this one right here, gotta be second place. Gotta be the second option. That's like fighting for first. Not quite there yet, but look for yourself. And then at number 1, Ajara Nunchut, Cameroonian international women's World Cup player. This goal right here that qualified Cameroon for the next stage of the World Cup, that got him to the knockout stages. Not only is this a beautiful solo goal, this woman puts in work for Cameroon all game long, shaking up that defense. And finally, the fact she got got all the defenders up out of there and then scored in the World Cup. Stop playing with me, bro. Number 1, off rip, she has to win this. Has to. There's no debate for me about it. But if you feel any differently, maybe the top 3 for me aren't your top 3. Drop in the comments below, who do you think should be the next Puskas winner? But now let's move on to La Liga. Now, what I'm going to talk about in La Liga right now, Real Madrid 1-1 versus Valladolid. Okay, it's not a crazy result for the second game. You expect Real to be winning that, especially against Valladolid. A little, lower tier team, so they should be scoring at least 3 goals against them. 3-1, 3-0. It's still the second game. They have 4 points. Seems like the top tier teams, except for Atletico and Sevilla, are not doing too well. João Felix is It's a car. It was good. Chilling. All right, João Felix is still killing it. Man of the match for Atletico Madrid. Barca won 5-2 against Real Betis. They were losing 1-0 in the first half, but then they came back. Griezmann got his first 2 goals in La Liga for Barcelona. So it was a good day. It was a really good day for Barca, but it's not a good time specifically for Barca because there's a whole bunch of injuries. Messi's injured. He went back to training this weekend, but then couldn't play against Real Betis because he's not 100%. That ankle's still bothering him. So Valverde is like, yo, we're not about to risk this. What's going on? Why I keep hearing random noises? This is still Lionel Messi. So he's not coming back until he's 100%. Dembele is injured until for 5 weeks. Suarez is injured until after the international break in September. The whole main front line for Barca is injured. What's going on? What's happening? Everybody's injured. Now you move over to Ligue 1 and Mbappe's injured too. Everybody injured. And if you watch basketball, Boogie is injured too. Is Derrick Rose injured now? Who else is injured? Who else? What's going on? Klay Thompson's injured. Kevin Durant is injured. This is not even a football show anymore. Just everybody in every sport is injured. Am I injured? Like, did I break something that I don't know about? What's happening? Anyways, man, earlier this week, Wolverhampton Wolves versus Manchester United ended 1-1. Pogba won a penalty. After that 1-1, Pogba won a penalty for United. Beautiful. Out of it, it's completely a pen. Cool. And then misses the penalty. Goalkeeper stops it. When Rashford, you would think that Rashford should have taken that. Okay, since he made his previous one, but then I'm gonna get to that point later. But let's talk about that goal from Ruben Neves. That goal was just magnifico. This is why I'm in nature, because of that goal. I had to remove myself from New York City, not to give away my location. I had to remove myself because that goal was so beautiful. I needed some fresh air. I needed it. But then to come back to that penalty point, Rashford missed the penalty that could have potentially given United the 1 point against Crystal Palace. They lost 2-1, and I don't know what's going on with United, man. They're not finishing their game strong. They started out the season strong. They beat Chelsea 4-0, and now they're sharing points with Wolves and losing to Crystal Palace in the first. We're not even 5 games in the season. What's going on? They're right back where they left off last season. But now let's move on to that long anticipated Liverpool-Arsenal game. Not much to talk about, to be honest. We know Arsenal's defense is not really up to par yet, and Liverpool has the best front three in the Premier League, arguably. Salah scored 2, 1 wonderful solo goal, 1 penalty. Matip scored the other one. Easy day for Liverpool, you know, and I'm happy that they're not missing Alisson too much. He's still injured. Not sure exactly when he's going to be back with the Reds, but they're scoring and their defense is holding on tight. You know, you got big Virg, you know what I'm saying? Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk with the mic when he's spitting these bars. Virgil van Dijk aiming for the moon, landing amongst the stars. Listen, I don't care where I am. New York, California, Canada, Alaska, Puerto Rico, France. I'm gonna have these bars no matter what. And you do know that. And also, we gotta talk about that Tottenham VAR. VAR, man, is damn, Pochettino just last week praising VAR versus Manchester City, and now he's on the other side of the subject now. Was it a penalty? Was it a penalty? VAR is showing, and I'm gonna say this right now. I'm one of the few people that's completely for VAR. I'm embracing it. Why? Because it's part of the game now. It's not going anywhere. Video assistant referee is fully part of football, and it's just going to get more and more involved all throughout the world. When the rest of the world catches up and has the technology, it's gonna be completely part of the game, and it's gonna be so normal at some point. So we just have to embrace it. You have no choice. But what I'm saying is, I think that VAR in this specific situation definitely got it right. I think they got it right. I think it wasn't a penalty, and you know, they just got to move on. I feel like there's human error, of course. There's plenty of times where VAR has gotten it wrong, completely wrong. Sometimes the referee doesn't even go to VAR. But that brings my next point. When can VAR be used? I had to go on the FIFA website and really look for myself, because sometimes these refs don't even want to go check for themselves, because there are people talking in their ear, and technically VAR is the guys in the other offices looking at the replays, talking to the referee. But him actually going to see it for himself is more reassuring to the fans and all the players. When is it used? 3 main incidents plus 1 administrative have been identified as game changing. Okay, that's just very, very broad. 3 main. The role of VAR is to assist the referee to determine whether there was an infringement. That means a goal should not be awarded. As the ball has crossed the line, play is interrupted, so there is no direct. So that's when a goal. Penalty decision. The role of VAR is to ensure that no clearly wrong decisions are made in conjunction with the award or non-award of a penalty kick. That's what happened at this time. He ruled it was not a penalty. And so, fuck, like what are we supposed to do? What are y'all supposed to do? Complaining all the time about stuff you're not supposed to be complaining about. VAR is here, boys. ladies, girls, women, men, gents, lads, queens and kings. It's here to stay. Embrace it. Come on. And now let's move on to some Serie A talk. Finally, Italy has caught up with the rest of the world, and the Serie A has finally begun. Juventus won their game 1-0. No, Ronaldo did not score. I know you're thinking that. That's not what happened. He doesn't have to score every time. He doesn't have to. Are you playing for him? Huh? Are you playing for him? So why do you think he has to score every time? He doesn't. He didn't score. I'm not even going to talk about that. How about that? No, guys, I know I'm a little too aggressive right now because I'm not supposed to be. I'm in nature. This is beautiful. Why am I bugging for? Why am I bugging? Anyways, Napoli versus Fiorentina was the game of the weekend in the Serie A. 4-3. And Napoli beat the Purple Boys, Ribery's new team. First of all, let's talk about Ribery and the fact that they treated this man like a king when he arrived. He is a legend and he is super big in this game, and the fact that coming at the end of his career to Fiorentina and still competing in the Serie A is a very big move, you know, following in the footsteps of Ronaldo. But they welcomed him with open arms, and it was nice to see him getting treated like that. He absolutely deserves it. Great first weekend in the Serie A, and you know, I'm excited for the future and how this is gonna develop. You know, the transfer window is not yet closed, so Dybala still might leave. Who knows? And also Icardi is still being blackballed by Inter Milan. Still being blackballed. You know, that's maybe, is this karma for him stealing another man's wife? Is it? What's going on in Inter? Why is this man not giving a fair chance? Because we know he can play. But let me know in the comments. Do you think Dybala is leaving? Is Icardi actually being blackballed, or does he just suck? And last but not least, an actual football talk. That Carlos Vela goal versus San Jose was nasty. It was disgusting. It was absolutely absurd. That should not be happening. These men have families. These defenders have families. And you gonna do them like that, Vela? You gonna do them like that? Stressing me out while I'm out here in nature enjoying life. Do you see this? Got bugs and stuff like biting me. Like I'm living life. And you out here doing that to these defenders? I'm mad at you, but I thank you, because you're what's right about the MLS. That goal was beautiful. Now, all props to Carlos, that fella. He got all of them up out of there and scored like cool, calm, and collected. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. If it was in Europe, it would probably make more noise, which is not fair. But that's what I'm saying. We see more of this stuff in the MLS, and it's just going to pop off the way we really want it to. The way I know it can. But then also, El Tráfico was right after that. LAFC versus LA Galaxy. Ibrahimovic scored a brace, but it was not enough to secure the win for them. LAFC also got themselves 3 goals. And Carlos Vela was involved. He got a goal in. Of course, you know he had to put in work versus Ibrahimovic, because they're supposedly the biggest rivalry in the MLS right now. But it was a wonderful, very entertaining game. And last but not least, as always, you know, racism is still well and alive. And Pogba was once again the recipient of some abuse online. You know, people talking smack. Whole lot of talking shit for no reason. Y'all making me come out of character, and I'm not gonna come out of the character, man. These people, you know, this is what they want. They want you to get upset. They want you to trip. They want you to get big mad and, you know, bug out over this stuff like you care. And I honestly could not give 2 flying fudgesicles about these racist people. But we're gonna keep fighting it until there's a very low amount, because I know, as optimistic as I am and hopeful about everything in life, I know that it's nearly impossible to get rid of racism. Even if it has absolutely no power anymore, there's people are still gonna have it in them. But what we can do is deal with it. What we can do is expose it. What officials can do is really crack down on everybody, from players to fans to referees to team owners, everybody should be held responsible for anything related that their actions or remarks or words in the racist, sense. Pogba had to come out on Instagram, shared a post with his kid, very heartwarming, very heartfelt, and shared, his thoughts on racism and how, our ancestors fought so that we have the rights that we have today. And the fact that, there's still people trying to disturb that, it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, but we're gonna get to the bottom of it, and we're gonna crack out of it all together. Me, you, everyone involved in this beautiful game, because it's about the game at the end of the day, and this racism just has no place in it. And last but not least, being out here in nature, breathing fresh air when there's people in the Amazon forest. I mean, Brazil itself being like football central, like some of the, just not even some, like the most talented players of all time are from Brazil. Like bar none, there's not a single country in the planet that produces more skillful players in football than Brazil does. And I would like to see, I've seen Dani Alves was like the first player, period, to post about the Amazon rainforest. Ronaldo, Dybala, Mbappe followed, but I'm seeing Emre Can. There's still a pattern though of saying pray for this, pray for that. I'm all for praying. I'm all for putting good energy or whatever you believe in. I'm all for praying and asking God to change things. But at the end of the day, there has to be actions. These players gotta use their influence more for charities, for whatever, for if you can somehow put something together to send people out there to help or provide more help, work with whoever you have to work with so that real change can happen, so that they can extinguish those fires. That's what they need to do, especially Brazilian players, because this is your home. But also 20% of the oxygen that we breathe comes from the Amazon forest, so we should definitely all, as a whole planet, be involved in trying to make change. I'm gonna link down below some charities that you can, donate to or be a part of, that are actively, really influencing this and providing help to put out the fires and to clean out the water supply and provide 40%, I believe, of the Earth's fresh water supply. So we can all do something to help. Links are gonna be down below. But guys, that's basically gonna be it for the what the fuck? I'm gonna go inside, man. That's basically gonna be it for this week in football. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed chilling with me out here in this beautiful space, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget charities, all that great stuff down in the description. Let me know your thoughts, comments, everything. Come vacate with me. How about that? Come. What is going on? I'll see you guys next time on Goal. Peace.